What's up, everybody? Dave Bartosiak here, and I have another chart of the day. This one is another one of those AI related names. It is BullFrog AI, ticker BFRG. Now, this is going to serve a few purposes. First is kind of a caveat emptor situation. And the second is going to be a little bit of a debate of, is it different now? Okay. So, part A, caveat emptor, which buyer beware. And you have several times throughout the course of the last couple of years where this stock has really spiked up like crazy. So here's a situation where stock's down in the 2s and 3s and spikes up really dramatically. Spikes up to 950. Only to spend the next several months giving it all back. And it happens again later that summer. And if you notice, it's always this. There's always some big volume spike, and then dead. Now, when it happened in early 2024, the volume was met with a few other days of volume. So it's like this interest continued. It wasn't just a one-day fling. It continued on until that volume died out. So that's something you want to keep an eye on. And we talk about these stocks that have these breakouts with volume increasing. That's a good thing because that's showing you there's more interest in the stock and people are jumping on board. But a situation like this, you're still getting these big spikes up from $2, to almost $8.50. And now, we did it again in July from $1.50 to, we're just below $4. And recently it's happened again. But this is because a lot of these AI names have come into vogue because what we're seeing, if you look at the deep seek situation, is that maybe it doesn't cost as much to benefit from AI as we thought it would. So here's the most recent spike where we went from $2 up over $4 yesterday, and we're at under $4 again here today. This is Tuesday, February 17th and February 11th rather. And you have the jump before that they sold here initially intraday. That doesn't really concern me. I think what you want to look at is these volumes. So volume, midday we're at like 2 million shares traded. Previous day was 14 million. The day before that, you had a little over 3, or actually almost 4 million. So you want to keep an eye on that. If this volume trend sort of continues, so we can stay relevant up in the millions and millions of shares, then it has a real chance to keep on going. But if that volume drops off, I fear you're going to have another situation like you've had where they just let it spike and then they sell into it. So you got to ask yourself, is it different this time? Is this a situation where now the thing's finally going to break out? History on this chart says no. But I do want to point something out for the bulls here. You have these failures at the 200-day recently, which were met with a lot of selling. I mean, that's a lot of them, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's another pop-up, failure 6, another pop-up, failure 7. Now you finally get the breakout from that 200-day on heavy volume. If you're looking for anatomy of a breakout, that's exactly what it looks like. And we've had this happen before where it had some time above that 200-day, broke out, right? I guess this is the 50-day here. Getting a little excited. Here's the 200-day. So you have this breakout from the 200-day on volume, and the stock lasted about a week before it stalled out, ran out of gas, and things started to get it ugly again. So for the long term, well, really just the swing traders, I would say, keep an eye on the 50-day now that the stock is up above 200. So if we go ahead and circle back what's happening recently here, we'll see. Right now, the 50-day is under the 200. That's not going to last for long, right? As the stock is up here, you're going to see this start to tick up. So that means we're going to get that famed golden cross here. Now, whether or not that's too late remains to be seen. So it's all about if this continues to follow through or if we get some retracements. And if we do, keep an eye on the 200-day and this 50-day that's eventually going to carve itself out. Looks like a long way down to 260. It's not. In the blink of an eye, a stock like this could give up ground like that. Just as quickly as it goes up, as quickly as it goes down. So risky business here. One thing you can do if you're looking to get a better entry, go ahead and take the low from the 7th to high of yesterday. And we got our good old buddies, the fibs. So 38 or 338 is that 50% retracement. Stock nearly got there today before it was bid. Be interesting to see if it closes above this 38 too. Because if these levels hold, that's a good thing for the upside. Looks like so far it's going to be an inside day. So what I mean by that is the entire range of today's trading looks to be within yesterday's trading range. So that's an inside day for you. So when something like that happens, you definitely want to keep an eye on these levels. So that previous day range, the high and the low, look for supply up at that levels and look for a bid down near the lows. And should this break down, then I fear we could be right back to the same track that the stock has done several times, where it ticks up and then sells off into oblivion. So that's BullFrog AI, ticker BFRG. All right, folks, thanks so much for checking out my chart of the day. If you're here on Zacks.com, be sure to follow the author. There's a button around here somewhere. If you're on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube channel and come back on tomorrow for my next chart of the day. For everybody here at Zacks, I'll see you then.